What up, Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. On the channel, we love to talk about crowdfunding and also how to actually turn your ideas into physical products, how to turn your passion into profit, how to monetize your creative work. We talk about that and more on this YouTube channel. And one of the things I want to talk about today is Patreon and really how it works if you are a patron. And kind of like, how does this work for YouTubers? Just kind of explain it a tiny bit. There are a lot of people in the audience that are like, what is this Patreon thing? What is this thing this YouTuber wants me to do? I just want to learn more about this. So we're going to go through that today specifically for YouTube and also talking about just some of the things that you should know as a patron, get a little bit more into that, the benefits, what you should be aware of, and we're getting into that in just a second. All right, man, again, my name is Salvador Briggman, and since 2012, I've been in the crowdfunding industry and really got started with my years in Brooklyn. So I was in Brooklyn for about 6 years, and I loved working with creative types. I love working with artists. I love working with people who did videography. I met many YouTubers as well in Brooklyn, and as well here in Miami. There are tons of YouTubers. So one of the coolest things about YouTube is that you can actually interface more directly with a creator. So if you are a follower, you can leave comments, obviously. Sometimes they will reply to you. You can engage on their social media. But the problem with this as well is that a lot of this is just limited to YouTube. So what ended up happening is that there are so many different crowdfunding websites out there like Kickstarter, like Indiegogo, like GoFundMe, and there's kind of a gap in the marketplace. And I think Patreon really identified that. So Patreon kind of stepped in and like, you know what? We want to allow fans to support the creators that they love on a monthly membership basis or on a per creation basis, it's called. So what ended up happening was Patreon began to become more and more popular over the years. And I think it lends itself very well to YouTube. So that's why you see a lot of YouTubers who have Patreon campaigns. It's because they typically already have an audience. So as a patron, as someone who's supporting a creator, when you actually join someone's Patreon campaign, there are different ways to actually join it. One could be, for example, on a monthly membership basis at the $5 per month tier. It could be the $10 per month tier. It could be a $25 per month tier and up. And in exchange for actually supporting a creator that you love on YouTube at one of these different tiers, you gain access to exclusive perks, items, merch, different things that are available at that particular tier, which are all listed out before you actually subscribe to that person's Patreon campaign. Once you subscribe, then you gain access to their super secret insider community, right? Within that community, they might be posting content that they're not posting anywhere else. They might be also posting bonus content of existing stuff that you know and love. They might be doing live streams, Q&A. They might be sharing stuff that isn't really shared anywhere else. They might also be teaching as well within their particular Patreon campaign. It's really up to the creator. And particularly if you like that creator's style, they probably have some really interesting stuff that they thought about as well to include when it comes to their Patreon campaign. So the first part that you should know is that this is basically a membership campaign where you're supporting on a monthly basis or on a per creation basis. Some creators will decide, hey, I'm just gonna do it monthly and you can be a part of the community, and where you're charging you like $5 a month, something like that to be a part of it, or 20 bucks a month, whatever your tier is that you design, right? But other ones are like, you know what, every time I do a video of this style, or every time I produce a documentary style video, or whenever I do a video in general, that's when I'm gonna decide that I want to build my insider patrons. So there are different ways in which it can be done. It could be, again, per creation, maybe something you're releasing to the community, or it could be on a monthly recurring basis, which is a little bit more, I'd say, easy to understand. And also people that have a list of what you're getting at those particular tiers. So now that you know a little bit of what goes into this, what are some of the things that you should be aware of? So some of the things you should be aware of are, number one, are you supporting on a monthly or a per creation basis? Number two, when is the person charging you? Are they charging you immediately when you enter the community, or is it going to be on the first of the month? Also, just being aware of any of the policies which they may have, or any of the notes that they have there when it comes to their description of what they're planning to do. There are also different goals. So as you're supporting a YouTube creator, they could be working towards a particular goal in terms of the number of patrons, in terms of the amount they're trying to get to, so they can do cool new stuff with their channel. So also being aware of their goals, I think, is great. I think that the more you're interactive as well, when you become a part of their community, it just allows you to get more value out of the experience, have more fun, right? And the other cool thing as well, being able to message creators directly is something that's really unique, I'd say, on Patreon. So you can kind of cut through the noise, and if you want to, at particular tiers, message that individual creator.
Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfillrite is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfill Right today. Link in the description.
So one of the things that I think you should be aware of as well is that this is not just pure commerce. We think of this more as the creator economy. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I mean, back in the day, if you were trying to become like a talent person or you need an agency, you need other people that are helping you out, it's very corporate, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of middlemen that are involved. What's tending to happen is what I notice with a lot of my students who are running Kickstarter campaigns, crowdfunding campaigns, Indiegogo campaigns, WeFunder campaigns, Patreon campaigns, right? I notice a lot of my students love this because it's really cutting through the fluff. You're cutting out the middleman, right? And you're able to interface directly with fans. So aside from being able to get access to perks and rewards, I'd say the next big benefit of being a patron is just the rewarding experience of that, of knowing like you are a freaking diehard, hardcore fan. If you're going to a band, it's like you're the one who's getting the VIP backstage pass. You're getting a really cool table there right by the DJ if you're here in Miami, right? Whatever it is, you're getting that exclusive, unique experience that other members of the community are not getting access to. So there's the kind of rewarding component that comes with supporting someone who is creative, who you like, also being able to sometimes learn as well. If you are a creator yourself and you see a YouTuber and they're like, you admire what they're doing and you're looking at what they're doing behind the closed doors when it comes to their Patreon campaign, that is so cool. And you might decide to emulate some of those strategies. So one of the things I talk about on this channel and my other channel is that it's so important if you want to be successful in life to get around the types of people that you want to be like, right? And to really be controlling almost of the different influences which you're allowing yourself to be subjected to. So for example, if you want to see how a creator that you admire is running their Patreon campaign and one day run your own, a great way to start that process is to join as a consumer, is to join as a patron. And then you can witness this. You can see how they do communications. You can see how they think of interesting different rewards. You can model it and you can study it almost like a scientist, right? So I would say that's a huge benefit. Many of the people that do support Patreon campaigns are also artists themselves and they want to learn along the way. In addition to just being a part of this, they also want to learn. The next thing I would say in terms of being aware, a common question that I get is, hey Sal, is this actually secure? Is this secure, right? Should I actually be willing to make a transaction here? I've never heard of this website before. So Patreon has been around for a long time now. It is an extremely secure website. They use either credit card processing, which is very secure, but in addition, they allow you to contribute via PayPal. So if you feel more comfortable with that, you can also do that, and it's an automatic process as well. You don't have to worry about like supporting them every month. It's all done automatically, just taken out of your hands. So you can just enjoy, log into your account, see the really cool exclusive information, sometimes education as well, that you get access to, can make it very easy for you to become a patron. The next common question I get is like, Sal, okay, you're selling me on this, it sounds cool, right? But tell me a little bit like, what if I wanted to cancel, right? What if I really want to cancel? I just don't like it, it's just not for me, can I do that? And that's kind of, it's almost like a no-brainer, I would say. If you want to, you can easily cancel your membership tier there, and you're not gonna be billed beyond the next billing cycle when it comes to that. So it's very easy to do, it's very normal, don't feel bad, right? If you decide that you want to cancel, and you can always rejoin the community. And I will tell you as well, most people actually will sometimes go in and out of the community. Sometimes they see like new interesting rewards and perks or new content and footage that's available and they want to get access to it and they actually rejoin. So it's up to you if you want to stay in it, if you want to be in it for just a little bit and then exit. It's really up to you, and there's a lot of flexibility that comes with it when you become a patron. So at this point in the video, you know what Patreon is, you know how it works, you know how you can get involved, right? And you can also discover new creators there if you want to. Typically you already follow a YouTuber and like they mentioned like, go check out my Patreon, right? So at this point, I think that most of the common questions have been answered. If you do have any more questions, you can leave a comment down below. But the next thing I want to talk about is for creators in the audience. So if you are more of a creator and you're thinking of maybe one day doing a Patreon campaign, this is a great time to get started, just kind of studying the niche, studying this, so that way you can begin to take all of that information that you've been coalescing and absorbing like a sponge and put it to use, right? And run a really great campaign and get this thing off to the races. So if that sounds interesting to you, I have a free course down below walking you step by step through how to do a Patreon campaign, how to get patrons for your actual campaign, how to actually grow traffic, grow your brand, how to introduce this to your community. And even if you don't have a community, how can you begin to get started with this? So if that sounds interesting to you, go and check out the free course down below walking you through that. In addition, for those of you that are ready to invest a tiny bit into your education, I do have a guide as well, which are tricks for launching a Patreon campaign. Some of the tricks that I've unearthed and discovered in order to help this process just go a heck of a lot faster. And in addition, for you to get more and more patrons, things that just people don't even know about, right? When it comes to Patreon. So if you want some of those insider tricks, you can also check out my guide down below. But again, that requires a small investment in order to get access to that. And thank you so much, because I just kind of roll that back into the channel and make you guys even better content. So I hope that you enjoyed today's YouTube video. Again, my name is Salvador Briggman. If you want more content just like this when it comes to talking about different platforms, understanding how to get patrons, really how to grow your online presence. And really, at the end of the day, I think this is about more than just making money. This is about becoming the person that you were destined to be, really reaching your potential to a large degree. But the way we do that is by really going through and plowing through obstacles, assembling the right strategy, going after those tactics which are designed and proven to get us results. And by moving along that path, we are elevated to become the creator that we want to be, right? We're able to actually unlock some of those goals which we've had our entire life. So it really does come down to the brass tacks. If you believe in that, or you also think that way, and you want to make progress, and you seriously do have that ambition within you to also work hard, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I think you're gonna love some of the videos that I got coming out in the future. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Again, my name is Sal, and I will see you next time.